Okay, we're going to talk about regulation of employment. Employment at will, most employees are employment at will, and traditionally employment relationships have generally been governed by the common law doctrine of employment at will. Under the employment at will doctrine, either party may terminate an employment contract at any time for any reason. Because of the harsh effect of the employment will doctrine, courts have carved out various exceptions to the doctrine, and they are the contract theory, the tort theory, and the public policy theory. The contract theory says that courts can infer an implied employment contract from an employer's manual or personnel bulletins under certain circumstances. So if an employment manual or personnel bulletin says that employees can only be fired for cause, then they actually are no longer employees at will. They become contract employees and they have to be given a cause or a reason for termination. Courts can apply the public policy exception when an employer fires an employee for reasons that violate a fundamental public policy such as employment discrimination. Also, the tort theory's wrongful discharge can exist for intentional infliction of emotional distress. If the employment contract states a specific duration or time, the employer cannot terminate the contract at any earlier date unless a just cause exists. If no definite time period is set forth, the individual is an at-will employee. The justifiable reasons that can be used for an at-will employee once the at-will employee has claimed a protected reason like discrimination. So employees can be fired, at-will employees can be fired for almost any reason. And once they have been fired for almost any reason, they may say that they are fired for a protected reason, like employment discrimination. Then the burden shifts to the employer to show a reason other than the protected reason, and some of these reasons would be justifiable reasons. But in general, you do not have to give an at-will employee any of these justifiable reasons because they can be fired for almost any reason. Now, these are justifiable reasons to fire a contract employee, and these include non-performance, not doing your job, misrepresentation or fraud in obtaining employment, disobedience of the proper directions, disloyalty, theft or dishonesty, possession of drugs or intoxicants, misconduct, or being unable to do your job, being incompetent. The National Labor Relations Act protects individuals and workers and allows them to have, in many circumstances, labor unions. Collective bargaining agreement can be defined as the process by which labor and management negotiate the terms and conditions of employment, including wages, benefits, working conditions, and other matters. A strike occurs when the unionized employees leave their work and refuse to work. The workers also typically picket the plant, standing outside of the facility with signs that complain of management's unfairness.